3. We're here with the Director of Cross Country, Mark Nelson. Coach, you hosted the Gary Stoner Invitational this past weekend. First off, let's talk about how the women did this week at the Gary Stoner Invite.
Well, we had a race plan where we wanted to go out and mix things up with Benedictine. We didn't get off the line like I had hoped. I had hoped that we would be a little bit more aggressive in the race. It affected us in the final results. Not from a placing standpoint. We placed 2 girls in the top 10, and we placed second out of the 3 teams that we had there. But I wanted to see us just a little more aggressive and take some chances. This is the early time of the season where, you know, the results don't really matter much, and it's an opportunity for us to learn some things about ourselves. So from that side of things, it was a little bit of a disappointment for me, and I think for our team. So, you know, we're going to be competing this weekend at the Missouri Southern Stampede, and we have a chance to do better, and I think we will.
On the men's side, it sounded like that squad took a little bit more chances this past weekend.
They did, and you know, again, the results pretty much panned out the way I would have expected it to. William Woods has a good team with some older kids on it, and Benedictine is the same way, and Benedictine ended up with the championship in the meet. I encourage those guys to get out hard and be aggressive and see, you know, if they could learn something about themselves. You know, if they were faster than what they thought they were, or if they were tougher than maybe they would have thought they were, or, you know, could they beat some people they didn't expect to beat. And you know, we did a nice job with it. Our number 1 runner, Elliot, got out a little too fast and got beat by a couple of people he probably won't get beat by at the end of the year, just because of his aggressive start. But I think he learned some things about himself, and you know, I think we saw that across the board. Another one that kind of stands out to me, I was talking to Michael Neely after the race, and he had looked at his watch at the mile marker because we were reading splits off, and when he heard that he came through the mile in 5:09 in the muddy conditions that we were in, that's above his personal record pace. Now, you know, he can say, hey, you know, maybe I can do that in dry conditions and hold on and really run a fast time this year. So he got an opportunity to learn, and that's just 2 examples of examples across the board. So, and did it affect us in the team race? It may have, but this is the time to take those chances, and I was proud of him for doing that.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. Good luck this week at the Southern Stampede down in Joplin, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Awesome, thank you.
We're here with head women's soccer coach Dan Schmidlin. Coach, one match last week against William Woods. How do you think your team performed?
Honestly, I think that was the best game we played all year. I think William Woods is always a tough team to break down defensively. Playing at their field is always a challenge. Grass field, it was actually in pretty good shape. You just never know. I mean, on the road, tough environment, and I thought the girls played an excellent game start to finish.
A lot of games here at the front part of your schedule. Was it kind of nice to only have the one match last week? That way, you know, your girls could get some rest?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, when you have preseason and then you start off with, you know, 2 games a week, it is nice to get one game and get a little bit of a break. We had a break over the weekend, and I think we were able to continue to build on some things that are critical for our game. So, you know, it was nice having just one game.
Looking ahead this week, you'll play the University of St. Mary on Tuesday, then your first conference game later this week on Saturday at home against Graceland. What can you expect out of both opponents?
You know, St. Mary's was a tough game for us last year. We won 2-1, but they definitely presented some problems for us. So, you know, we'll be ready for tomorrow's game, and then, you know, every conference game is going to be a battle. So, you know, us and Graceland last year went to overtime, and we got the game-winning goal. So, I mean, it was, you know, a pretty even game last year. I think, you know, they might have been a little bit more dangerous than we were last year, but I think, you know, every single conference game is going to be tough. So we'll be ready for Saturday, and we're looking forward to both matches this week.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Coach, and good luck this week.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
3. We're here with head volleyball coach Allison Jones-Olson. Coach, last week you have your home opener against William Woods. Not the way you wanted to come out. You lose 3-2, but still a very tough, hard-fought match.
Yes, William Woods is a good team. We played them earlier in the season, had the exact different result. We came out, won the first two, they won two, and then we won the fifth match, and then we had the reverse. They came out 1-2, we won two, and then they won the fifth match. But good team, and we came back and fought hard and didn't just leave in three. So.
After that, your team hit the road. You played 3 matches up in Chicago and started off against a tough Milligan team and got the victory against them. I believe they were on an 8 or 9 match winning streak going into that.
Really good team, and actually almost mirrored us. They ran a lot of the same plays that we ran. They tried to run fast. They had good defense, very scrappy. Just picked everything up and so we had a lot of long rallies. And actually, we did a nice job up there. We've had a couple injuries, and the girls came back and actually went well with that.
It looked like Saturday, too, in your second match against the St. Louis College of Pharmacy, that you were able to get a few more players in and you got a straight set victory.
Well, this whole tournament, this weekend, we played a lot of players, and they stepped up and really contributed and helped us to all 3 wins.
After a busy start to this season, just 1 match this week, and it'll be a home match against William Penn. You've already seen the Statesmen once this year. What'd you learn when you played them earlier?
Well, we know we have to control the game. We want to go in and run our type of offense, and we need to serve aggressive. And it's a first conference match, so we're looking forward to it.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time, and good luck this week.
Thanks.
We're here with head coach of the men's soccer team at CMU, Alex Nichols. Coach, last week, just 1 match for your team, but a tough one at that, traveling on the road to face previously undefeated William Woods. How did that match go for your squad?
It was an ugly game, I think, for both sides. I think the William Woods coach would say the same. But we grinded it out and showed a lot of character as far as going down a goal, and then we came back to win it in the second half 2-1. So from that perspective, looking at the silver lining there as far as just our resilience to come back, that showed a lot about our team. So that's the biggest positive to take from that, because if you have teams who can't come back from a deficit, you're not going to do anything special throughout that year. And so that was nice for us to come back being a goal down against an undefeated team. And so that was good.
What can a win like that do for your team? I know it's early in the season, but going on the road and getting down early, but coming back and never hanging their heads and knocking off an undefeated team.
I think it does a lot for them. It does something for our team as a whole, because you have to get it done once to be able to know that that's part of what you guys are made of. Same thing with beating a top tier team. You're a lot of times programs who typically don't beat top tier teams. It becomes a pattern. And so we need to know that now we can do that at any point in time, and I think this is a team though that's known that we can compete with, we can beat anybody. So it's just a means of us going through some of the trials and understanding what we're made of and what we're about.
Couple of matches this week, a non-conference against St. Mary on Tuesday, then you open up conference play on Saturday with Graceland. What do these 2 matches have in store for your team?
Well, St. Mary's will bring everything they have at us, and it will be a good final prep for conference against Graceland. So we're certainly not overlooking St. Mary's, but St. Mary's is we have to take them seriously, as we have to take every opponent seriously, but they are also our last non-con game before conference, which conference of course means the most. So it'll be a great final step of preparation prior to facing Graceland, which is our first conference opponent, who's a very good team always.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck this week, and we'll talk with you next week.
Thanks very much.
We're here with head football coach David S. Calloway. Coach, coming off your first victory here at CMU as the head coach this past weekend at Culver Stockton. How did it feel to get that W?
Well, it's always good to get a win. Get one in the right column. I think our guys put in a lot of preparation, including week 1 and week 2. Didn't get the desired outcome that we wanted, but we got it week 3, and we're excited about it. Made a correction yesterday, and now it's time to move on for William Penn.
Just quickly looking back at the victory at Culver Stockton, your quarterback Caleb Bedford had a huge game, accounting for 6 of your 7 scores. Had 5 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. What was going right for Caleb?
Well, not just Caleb. I think it was going right offensively. We talk a lot about execution and playing with good technique and playing assignment football, which is winning football. And we was fortunate enough to get that stuff done Saturday. And I think hopefully our guys understand, we do things correctly with a certain attitude, a certain pace, and put us in position to be successful, snap in and snap out.
Well, you touched on it earlier. It's time to look ahead now to William Penn this Saturday. William Penn in the preseason polls ranked 23rd, but they've got off to an 0-3 start. What can you expect from the Statesmen this weekend?
Well, they'll come in playing hard, playing physical, offensively and defensively. They run some schemes that you have to be aware of defensively as far as